The moment Kai and Tan Songyun arrived in Bangkok, the atmosphere felt different, almost charged with something deeper than just another overseas project. Fans gathered, cameras flashed, but beneath all the excitement, there was a quiet narrative unfolding, one that spoke of connection, time, and something that refused to fade. Their reunion was never meant to be ordinary. While officially, the trip was described as a joint commercial photoshoot with a major Thai tourism brand, those who followed their journey closely could sense there was more beneath the surface. It wasn't just about work schedules or brand commitments. It felt personal. At Suvarnabhumi Airport, their arrival was almost cinematic. Kai stepped out first, calm yet observant, scanning the crowd with a subtle smile. Moments later, Tan Songyun appeared, her presence warm and effortless, instantly drawing attention. When their eyes met, even briefly, it was enough to ignite speculation. The way they greeted each other was simple yet layered. No dramatic gestures, no exaggerated reactions, but there was familiarity. A quiet understanding. The kind that doesn't need to be explained, only felt. For years, fans have admired their chemistry on screen. Their previous collaborations created moments that lingered long after the credits rolled. But seeing them together again in a real-world setting like Bangkok brought a new dimension to that connection. Bangkok itself became more than just a location. The vibrant streets, the golden temples, the late-night city lights, all of it served as a backdrop to something that felt almost like a story continuing where it once left off. As filming began, insiders noted how seamlessly they worked together. There was no awkwardness, no need for adjustment. It was as if they had never been apart. Every glance, every interaction carried a natural rhythm that is rarely seen, even among seasoned co-stars. Between takes, there were moments that cameras didn't fully capture. Quiet conversations, shared laughter, and a kind of comfort that suggested history. Not just professional history, but something more intimate in its familiarity. Some described their reunion as resembling a couple who had been separated for a long time, only to find their way back to each other. Not literally, of course, but emotionally. There was a sense of rediscovery, of reconnecting with something once deeply known. Tan Songyun, known for her bright and grounded personality, seemed especially relaxed during this trip. Her smiles came easily, her energy felt lighter. Kai, on the other hand, carried a calm confidence, but around her, there was a noticeable softness. Their dynamic was balanced. Neither overshadowed the other. Instead, they complemented each other in a way that felt genuine. It wasn't about performance anymore, it was about presence. During one particular shoot near the Chao Phraya River, the setting sun painted the sky in warm hues. As they stood side by side, the scene looked less like a commercial and more like a moment frozen in time, a quiet acknowledgement of something shared. Crew members reportedly noticed how often they chose to stay close, even when not required. Small details like that don't go unnoticed. In an industry where distance is often maintained, their closeness felt intentional. The narrative of their reunion began to evolve among fans. Social media buzzed with interpretations, edits, and theories. But beyond speculation, there was a collective feeling that what they were witnessing was special. It wasn't about confirming anything romantic. It was about recognizing a connection that felt rare. A bond built on mutual respect, shared experiences, and time. In many ways, their meeting in Bangkok symbolized more than just a collaboration. It represented continuity. A reminder that some connections don't simply disappear with time or distance. Kai's subtle gestures spoke volumes. The way he listened when Tan Songyun spoke, the way his expressions softened around her. It all hinted at a depth that words couldn't fully capture. Tan Songyun, in turn, responded with ease. There was no hesitation in her interactions, no guarded distance. She moved naturally within the space they shared, as if it was something familiar and safe. The city of Bangkok seemed to embrace their story. From bustling markets to serene temples, every location added a new layer to their reunion. Each scene felt like a chapter, quietly unfolding. Late evening shoots revealed a different side of their dynamic. Under the city lights, their conversations appeared more relaxed, more personal. It was in these quieter moments that their connection felt most visible. There's something powerful about reunions that aren't forced. When two people come back together not because they have to, but because circumstances align in a way that feels almost destined. For Kai and Tan Songyun, Bangkok became that place. A city where timelines crossed again, where past and present blended seamlessly. Their story resonated because it felt real. Not scripted, not exaggerated, but grounded in something authentic. And in an industry driven by appearances, authenticity stands out. Fans began to describe their reunion using metaphors, like a married couple reuniting after years apart. Not in a literal sense, but in the emotional weight of it. The familiarity, the comfort, the unspoken understanding. It's a powerful image, one that captures the essence of what people saw in their interactions. A connection that endured, even when separated by time and distance. As the project continued, their chemistry remained consistent. Every scene carried that same quiet intensity, that same sense of ease. It wasn't something that needed to be built, it was already there. Behind the scenes, laughter often broke the formal atmosphere of the set. They joked, they shared stories, and occasionally they simply sat in comfortable silence. That silence, perhaps, said the most. Because true connection doesn't always need words. Sometimes it exists in the spaces between them. Bangkok, with all its energy and beauty, became a silent witness to their reunion. A city that held their moments, their conversations, their shared experiences. As the days passed, it became clear that this wasn't just another project to be completed and forgotten. It was something that would linger, both for them and for those who followed their journey. Their departure from Bangkok, when it came, felt different from their arrival. There was a sense of completion, but also continuation. As if this wasn't an ending, but another beginning. Kai and Tan Songyun left with more than just filmed content. They left with renewed connection, with memories that added new layers to their shared history. And for fans, the story doesn't end here. Because what they witnessed wasn't just a reunion. It was a reminder that some connections, no matter how much time passes, always find a way back. In the end, Bangkok wasn't just the setting of their meeting. It was the place where something quietly, yet powerfully, came back to life.